Deep dish pizza is a staple of Chicago, with hundreds of restaurants selling it. But there's one spot that's so popular, it sells out daily, sometimes in less than 30 minutes. It's the #1 rated pizza shop in the city, beating out places that have been open for close to 100 years. So how did a shop that's only been open for 5 years climb to the top of Chicago's pizza scene? Well, I'm spending the day at Millie's Pizza in the Pan to find out. It was 9 a.m. when I got to the restaurant, and the owner, Robert, was getting ready to make dough.
So it's just you in the mornings?
Yeah, kind of do the morning prep, you know. I like to kind of be alone, it's nice. I just had a kid, so like it's super hectic at home.
Congratulations.
So it's like, yeah, it's a nice way to like
A little peace
get
and
a little
quiet.
peace and quiet, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you know, service can be quite we make a limited amount, so it's kind of hectic because we do it all within like 3.5 hours.
How many pizzas do you sell a day?
Yeah, we're doing 80 right now.
80?
So, yeah, 80, 85, you know, depends on the day.
80 pizzas might not seem like a lot compared to a chain restaurant, but at Millie's, each one takes time. The dough alone takes over 36 hours to make. And it's important to note that this isn't traditional deep dish. Millie's specializes in pan pizza, which is slightly thinner, but lighter and airy because of how the dough is prepared. Also, the cheese is pressed all the way to the edges, so when it bakes in the pan, it creates a crispy layer on top of the crust. It's not easy to pull off, so I asked, what goes into making it?
Yeah, so we use like blended flours and then we use the starter. It's called the poolish.
Okay.
It's like 100% water and 100% equal parts. So we mix it, we add a little yeast to it. It's like a cheat kind of. We don't have a lot of storage, so we kind of use this to add additional flavor to the dough.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm gonna add some honey here. I think honey adds like a stickiness to the dough, so it's not as dry.
How long did it take you to come up with the recipe?
Like a year, I was
Really?
tweaking on it, yeah, every single day. And I still tweak it every day, you know, with the weather. It's getting colder out now, so you have to make like adjustments. Winter time, like in the summertime, I'm gonna add like more whole wheat flour to the dough because like that prevents it from rising as quickly.
Oh,
Because in the
interesting.
summertime, it's so humid out and hot that the dough is gonna rise really quick in the pan and it can overproof. So like things like that, or changing the temperature of the water. You wanna slow down the rising process because it makes better flavor. So like in the summertime, you wanna use like cold water so that it's slowing down the process of the rise.
Robert's attention to detail is incredible. Not many pizza shops would be willing to fluctuate their recipe day by day based off of the weather. But you can't make anything great without attention to detail. And he maintains this focus throughout every step, even when it comes to mixing the dough.
You don't want to like over mix this dough. You don't. A lot of like pizza makers, they want to mix it for like 30 minutes or so because they want that strong gluten structure.
Yeah.
Me, I kind of don't. I only mix it for like a minute each time.
Interesting.
And then I just we bulk rise it and then ball it up after that, yeah.
Why don't you want the gluten? Just because of the style?
It makes it a lot harder to like press into a pan. When you have a lot of gluten structure and things like that, when you're pushing it in the pan, it'll like fight you and push back. And it just makes the whole process a lot easier and a better mouthfeel, in my opinion, for the pan pizza.
It's amazing watching Robert work so meticulously. He puts so much thought into each step. I wanted to understand how that level of focus developed.
I've always wanted to open a restaurant. Always something that I wanted to do. I didn't know it was gonna be pizza.
Yeah.
I like wanted to open a hot dog stand.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you, since I was a teenager. Like as a kid, I always watched like cooking shows. I feel like I've always been interested in cooking, and I cooked with my grandma a lot, which is the name of the restaurant.
Oh, cool.
So I went to culinary school in 2004, like right down the street. After that, I actually worked the front of the house for like 16 years. Kind of got burned out on it, and I started making pizzas at home, just practicing. After I went to Bert's Place, it's like a legendary pizza restaurant in Chicago. He like invented this style of pizza. So up to that point, I had never like had pizza like that. So
Yeah.
I was really intrigued. I wanted to learn how to make it. So I just started practicing at home. And then the pandemic rolled around and they sent us home. Started getting bored, and then I started making this pizza at home, posting it on the internet, and then people started DMing me if they could get one. And since I had nothing to do, I would just say, can you like sell me $30 or $20 for the ingredients?
Yeah.
And then I would literally make the pizza and drive it over to their home and like drop it off on their porch in a pizza box. And then I like took off from there.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's wild to think that a single slice of pizza set all of this in motion. Robert went from making pizzas at home to Chicago Magazine officially naming him the #1 pizza shop in the city. I asked him what that experience was really like.
They didn't tell us we were #1. They said, hey, we're gonna be doing a top 25 list. We wanna come out and do some photos. They didn't tell me. So they came out, and then the magazine came out like a month later, and they had us at #1, and that was, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it helped out a ton, but it's also like a lot of pressure too, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes for me, I'm like, I don't feel worthy. It's like, because I have so much respect for so many other pizza makers in the city that it's like, I don't know, very humbling, you know? Going from making pizzas in your apartment just for fun to having the #1 pizza place, according to them, you know, is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
You know?
Because there's a lot of great pizza in the city.
Oh, there's a ton, yeah. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's way better pizza makers than me in this city, I think, in my opinion, you know? So I was incredibly humbled. You know, I try my best, I work my hardest at this, you know, and
Yeah.
I try to do the best that I can. I love making pizza, and like, this is my passion. I try to put everything I have in it every single day.
For someone that's achieved so much, Robert's incredibly humble. Not only is he considered #1 in Chicago, but he's gotten massive recognition on a global scale as well.
So,
Yeah, I mean, the one that really changed everything was like when Time Out named us the 11th best pizza in the world. That one really, the business took off like crazy.
do you feel like more pressure now than you did before?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And you feel like the pressure to like produce more, and there comes a lot of criticism, you know, the expectations are so high, you know. They build it up in their mind, and if you don't meet that expectation, you know, it's not.
That's got to be tough. How do you deal with that?
I mean, I just don't think about it anymore, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that love it, and there's gonna be people that hate it.
Right.
So.
Well, I always feel like there's people that love to hate the thing that everybody else likes, right? Where it's like, oh, well, that place isn't as good
But you
as,
know, like, whenever I get a negative review, I do pay attention to it though. You know, and I do like look into it because I want to try to improve the pizza, you know?
Yeah.
If they're criticizing it, I'll be like, well, you know, was it that way that day? Or was the pizza soggy that day? Was it the sauce not flavorful enough, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I take it to heart. I just don't like, I'm not that guy that's like, oh, screw them, you know, that they don't know what pizza, you know, like.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like make that mistake where they're just kind of brush it off. I don't really like brush it off. I kind of take it to heart and think about it, you know.
I mean, that's a good thing as long as it's balanced,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. With the negative reviews are, I couldn't get a pizza.
After seeing just the beginning stages of their preparation, I'm starting to understand why Millie's has so much hype around it. I can only imagine what the finished product's gonna taste like, and I can't wait till later when I get to try it. Outside of just their preparation, another thing that makes their pizza stand out is their oven, which is pretty unique to Chicago.
The whole reason I moved to this restaurant is this oven right here. Before I was in Uptown, and I really didn't, I was looking to re-sign the lease, and then these guys approached me saying, we have this Cutler oven. Cutler, before this, they were known as Middleby Marshall, which is like one of the best. It's a bagel oven, to be honest with you.
Cool.
So this oven has like 5 shelves like this, and they rotate. It's called a rotary oven.
Oh, cool.
So you can fit a lot of pizzas in here, like 30 at a time. It cooks them slow, so I think it's a better bake. Like, I don't know if in Chicago, you can't have things like coal ovens and stuff. These are like rare.
Oh,
You know,
really?
this is like our version of that.
He showed me the rest of the restaurant and told me that it used to be a ghost kitchen, so they had to do some work to make it more inviting. It definitely has an old school pizza shop vibe, except here you can't just walk in off the street and get a slice. I know a lot of times people over-exaggerate about how fast things sell out, especially for their videos, so I asked Robert how the sales went today.
We make it 80, so I open it up at 8. Yeah, it was like 10 minutes.
Sold out of
Yeah,
everything
it
in
was
10
like
minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. So it's like that's challenging in itself. The system I use, they can't like create a thing where you just enter the amount of pizzas and then it counts them down and then shuts off. So I have to literally do it manually.
Oh,
I have to
no.
like open every order and like count the pizzas and then like be like, okay.
So how do you know when you hit the 80?
I mean, I'm literally counting them.
So you're like on it live
like,
when it comes
like
out?
opening the orders and like counting them. Or I like, see, you can see this piece of paper. Where I'm literally just writing them down, you know.
Oh my gosh.
And then once I hit 80, I just go into the system and shut it off. And people get frustrated because there's our people that are in there trying to order, and I'll shut it down and their order won't go through. And it's because I shut, like, because you have to enter all their information. So like some people miss out on an order mid.
Oh, like mid-typing it out.
Yeah, so.
I feel like that's part of the fun though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but
like,
it's probably got to be quite frustrating for people like, what the hell?
Well, it definitely sucks if you don't win.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm a sneaker guy, and the Nike app is like one of those things where it's you literally have to win the lottery to be able to buy the sneakers, you know?
For me, it's like people get mad. They're like, why don't you just make more pizzas? But it's not that easy with all, all the prep and everything. And it's like, if you called like one of the best restaurants in Chicago on a Friday night and tried to get a reservation and they said, we're all booked up, we don't have anything, no one would get mad about that, right?
Yeah, that's
No one's
true.
gonna call a fine dine and be like, oh, do you have any tables? No, they're not even, they're gonna be like, oh, that figures. They'll be like, figures. It's pizza, so they expect like, how are they running out? And you know, especially in 10 minutes. So like, for like that first hour after the 10 minutes were shut down, my phone will just be nonstop ringing.
It's obvious how in demand these pizzas are. But what surprised me was when I was talking to Robert, he told me that they usually close around 7 or 8 p.m. If that's the case, why not stay open later to make more money?
And that's why I like stay for the first and make sure they look good. And then, right now and to help on my wife, you know, more. She's home. She works from home full time.
Yeah.
So she's working and watching the baby. So like I got to get home to try to help her as much as I can. You know?
Has that must be really tough for you, like trying to juggle running a business?
I mean, she's everything.
Yeah.
You know, without her, this wouldn't be possible. So like, she's the one that's like doing the hard work. And, like for me, it's like, I feel guilty. Like I'm coming here, like I feel like my job's easy compared to hers, you know. Imagine working full time at home and trying to take care of a 6-month-old.
That's a lot.
Gotta be so much, you know. And he's like teething right now, so it's like really on a different level. He like wants to be like cuddled the whole time. So yeah. She's been nothing but supportive. So
it's incredible seeing the love that Robert has for his family. I think sometimes success can make it easy to lose sight of the people around you. But it seems like he's really mindful about being there for them. You can tell that he puts everything into what he cares about. It was getting closer to opening, and there was more work to do before tonight's service.
We do it in like stages.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to just take out all the doughs out of the fridge. Because if I took them all out right now, the ones in the beginning of the shift will barely be risen. And then the ones at the end of the shift would be like this. So you kind of want them all the same.
So everyone that gets upset about not being able to just get a pizza here, there's so much nuance that goes into making sure that each pie is perfect. He couldn't just whip up a dough and then throw it in the oven.
You can't just do that, You know, the dough's made like 36 hours ahead of time, you know?
Yeah.
And you gotta let it rise in the pan, which takes at least 2 or 3 hours, depending on the time of the year. In the summertime, they'll rise in like 45 minutes. In the wintertime, it'll take like 3 or 4 hours. So someone's gotta be here to like babysit these doughs all the time, you know?
As the first batch of doughs start to rise, it was time to see what goes into the other most important ingredient, the sauce.
So we use these Stanislaus tomatoes. These are from California. They make like 5 different lines though of sauce.
How did you decide on tomatoes?
The tomatoes, I mean, I did go through a lot, but it was kind of more like, when I first started, I did use a different tomato, but it was really hard to source.
Okay.
So these guys are so reliable and the tomatoes are incredible. So when I first started making the sauce, I feel like I overly complicated it by adding a ton of ingredients, and now it's just incredibly simple. We don't cook our sauce either. It's an uncooked sauce.
And why is that?
I think it just gives more vibrancy.
Probably
more
sweet,
like
right?
freshness. I want the tomatoes to like shine. I want that to be the star of the show.
That must be kind of fun, like experimenting. You know, like when you're first starting. I'm sure there was some nights that were frustrating too, right?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, you wake up and your dough didn't rise or something, you know, it's like, why? Or it didn't have the flavor. That's the most challenging thing with pizza is the consistency. People think pizza's easy, but it's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables. There's so many different styles.
I mean, there's been days where I like hit a home run and every pizza looks incredible. And I'm like, I'm the king of pizza. And the next day, none of them are coming out right. And it's like just humbles you instantly. Like, do I know what I'm doing?
Being great at anything isn't easy. It takes a lot of failure and sacrifice to get there. But Robert isn't afraid of the work. He just tries to get better every day. And I think that's all you can do. After he adds the last can of tomatoes, he adds some salt, oregano, garlic powder, and a bit of crushed red pepper. Then he mixes it up and lets it sit there for all the flavors to meld together. While we were finishing up, one of the pizza makers, Brock, came in to help him do the final prep before tonight's service.
If you were to just leave the pans bare like this, then to get these pizzas out of the pan would be next to impossible.
Oh, okay.
But that caramelized cheese would stick to it like cement.
Makes sense.
So we gotta put Pam on the lips. And then we wanna put Crisco, like if you look at Barack's, he's putting Crisco in the pans now. Because then it acts like a glue when you're pressing the dough. It holds the dough in the place, so it makes it a lot easier to press.
Does it crisp it too, like on the bottom a little bit?
Yeah. So we're gonna take it out of the dough tin. This is the most important part of the dough process of the day, in my opinion. I mean, obviously making the dough is crucial.
Right.
But like making sure that these look good and like are even is really important.
I will say each one looks exactly the same.
Brock literally says, whenever a pizza of his comes out, he goes, that one looks like it was pressed by God himself.
Have you ever had a time where, you know, something happened with the dough or like a pizza didn't come out and you were like, I just can't sell this to someone?
Yeah.
Really?
I'll be like, Brock, give it to them, but refund them all their money. Tell them that this isn't up to our standard. Yeah, I do it all the time.
How do people feel?
I don't want to throw Brock under the bus, but a couple weeks ago, he didn't put yeast in one of the batches.
Yeah.
So like it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was just, you're basically like pancake batter. I had nothing, you know, so like we had to refund or throw away quite a few
But
pizzas.
people don't really mind because it still tastes delicious. It's just dough with toppings, you know, but they also get their money back.
Like even if you don't cut the cheese properly, if it's cut too thin, when you take it out of the pan, since it can't hold the weight of all the ingredients because it's not thick enough, everything's just gonna collapse and all the sauce it's gonna be like a soupy mess.
Yeah.
But like every aspect is.
Yeah, that also comes from trying to let it rest in the pan. If you just squish dough in that area and then just put the toppings, you can just do whatever. It's always gonna come out perfect, but it's not gonna always come out perfect. It could be like a lot of things that's gonna make it collapse on one side or that air.
See, the people that make these pizzas in Chicago, most of them are like, they don't take this step. What they're gonna do is they're gonna take a lot more of dough. Like their dough ball would be like twice the size, and they're just gonna press it in the pan so it's like thick. So like they just fill up the pan with dough.
Yeah.
So you have that appearance of like, but they don't really let it rise. And that's how they bust out a ton of pizzas. And then we all like do it different styles, you know, like Barack will press the dough totally different than I do, you know?
But you'll still end up getting the same result.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you have to hit like basic things. You have to have it all sealed and you have to have it all even. You get there differently. Someone like pokes a lot of holes, so that just like ruins the like effect of just like it pulling back. So it has to stick there.
Yeah.
He just like brute forces it in there and then it just stays there.
Yeah.
So it's just like different.
That's kind of cool. So everybody's got their own
Yeah,
vibe.
we have Wyatt. He just pokes holes in it and then it stays there.
Really?
It's even and it's steel, so it works.
Do the holes make a difference? Or
nah, I mean,
when you rise,
he
it's
just
just
like
gonna...
presses it like this.
Yeah. But when it rises, it'll all be even?
Yeah.
It will look like dimpled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's cool that he gives his employees autonomy to put their own spin on things. And after some time, the rest of the team came in. You can tell that they all work really well together, and there's a mutual respect for each other. The clock was ticking and the dough was rising. The first batches of the night were ready to be made. They worked like a well-oiled machine. Every single detail on the pizza is thought out. Where to place ingredients, how long to cook them, making sure each one looks picturesque before it hits the box. After the initial rush, there was a brief amount of time before they had to start on the next batch. Robert was kind enough to save 2 doughs for me and walk me through the process of how they create their pizza.
And which pizza are we making?
Yeah, Only Pans. It's our most popular pizza. You know, like it counts for like over half our sales.
Oh, wow.
So with this cheese, it's a low moisture mozzarella. You want to make sure that it's cut so you can't see your fingers through it, otherwise it's too thin. And then how you lay it in there is like this. You want it to run up all the side of it. That's what causes that caramelized cheese. And then we're gonna take 2 ladles of sauce.
I will say that sauce smells so good.
Yeah, it looks good too. I'm just gonna run this up to the edge. You wanna have a nice balance. You don't wanna have too much sauce, but you don't wanna have too little. We use quite a bit of sauce, but it's really easy to just dump a bunch of sauce in here and just move it to the edge, but then it's like too much sauce. Sorry, I take my time.
No, it's okay.
Apologize.
It's like kind of cool watching it. It's like watching an artist paint. So when you're doing this coverage, like why are you choosing to move the sauce in a certain way?
Well, yeah, you don't really want any like huge pieces of cheese exposed. Otherwise it'll like bubble through while it's cooking, you'll have a giant cheese bubble. So you want to make sure like it's covered. You want to make sure that the sauce is distributed evenly. You get the pepperoni. It says Rosa Grande pepperoni. We use these things called peppadew peppers. I'm not saying I'm the first one to do it because I'm not. There's been other pizzerias, but like not a lot of them do it because they're expensive.
Are they like a sweet pepper or hot pepper?
Yeah, they're like both. It's like wild.
When it's finished, he puts it in the oven. The next pizza he's making is called the Up Dog, which is sausage, sweet mini peppers, green olives, pepperoni, and red onion. When it comes out of the oven, it's topped with cooked spinach and fresh mozzarella. When the Only Pans pizza comes out, he finishes it off with pesto, fresh ricotta, and hot honey. These pizzas look like a work of art. We headed into the dining room, and it was finally my time to try them.
I'm gonna give you this slice here. Probably the best one.
Wow.
Got a little of everything on there.
I love how airy the dough is.
But
I'm going for it. Wow. Dude, that is unreal. That dough being so light and airy.
yeah,
That
it's a lot lighter than it looks, right?
Oh yeah, you could eat multiple pieces of this.
No, good
That
pizza.
pepper, the honey like kind of welled up in it. Oh,
And then another thing is like the crust this looks burned, but it's like buttery.
the lacing's perfect.
Yeah.
If you've never had a lace crust before, you're missing out on one of the best things in the world. It's like hard to describe. It's like, it's definitely not deep dish. Like, it's so different than deep dish. It's just kind of its own thing. What's it like for you having somebody like me who never tried your pizza, flew here from Texas to have it?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It just like is wild. I never thought when I started this, making them in my kitchen at home, that anyone would give any 2 hoots about it, you know, so.
You've come a long way,
It's
that's
like,
for sure.
it's crazy.
What's it like, walking through the doors in the morning? Like, do you ever have time to like reflect on that, or are you just kinda,
Yeah, I mean, I get like excited every time I'm driving up and I see the place, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a cool feeling, you know, that's my pizza place. You know?
What does the city mean to you?
Oh, I mean, it means so much to me. I mean, it's what's given me this career, you know. Without the people supporting us, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know, it's such a good feeling to be accepted in a city that's known for pizza, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, you think about New York and you think about Chicago, you think about pizza. So I just wanted to make a living at it when I first started and pay my bills.
Yeah.
And it's like far exceeded my expectations, you know. You know, there's so many other people around me that are putting in a lot of the work, you know, like my crew back there is doing the work right now, or my wife who's supporting me at home. So, and without the support of the other pizza makers in Chicago have kind of mentored me, it's pretty incredible to be part of the Chicago pizza scene, you know.
Yeah.
Robert's doing more than just making pizza. He's solidifying a legacy. And what he's doing comes down to simple basics. He works hard, he doesn't give up, and he cares.